Thom Hartmann here on the best of the rest of science and green news. You need to know this. Every time meteorologists use words like snowpocalypse, it seems like Mother Nature makes it a point to prove them wrong. However, this year that prediction came true for folks in Boston, and global warming is likely to blame. Earlier this month, that city was hit with back-to-back record-breaking snowfalls, which brought the snow totals to more than 77 inches so far this season. Of course, anytime we have cold weather, anti-science conservatives love to deny that our climate is warming, but even they have to admit that this winter has been far from normal. Believe it or not, these massive snowstorms are directly related to hotter temperatures. When the atmosphere is warmer, it can hold more moisture, which eventually falls as precipitation. Frozen precipitation? Snow. Combine that fact with changing weather patterns, and we end up with a winter that dumps 6 feet of snow in Boston, while areas only slightly south see above average temperatures, and California continues to struggle with devastating drought. It may be difficult for the anti-science crowd to understand, but these changing patterns are all related, and they're all made worse by pumping carbon dioxide into our atmosphere. And if we don't change our ways, these droughts, floods, and 6-foot snowbanks are all going to be the new normal. Whether you're in Los Angeles or Boston, you probably don't want that to happen, and that's why we need to get active. It's up to us to remind our lawmakers that they work for we the people, and that we the people would like to prevent the next snowpocalypse from swallowing another major city. Binge-watching TV shows may be just as bad as binge drinking. That's the finding of a new study from the University of Texas at Austin. Researchers decided to study the causes and effects of watching several episodes of a program back-to-back. What they found was rather troubling. According to the science, if you love binge-watching, you may very well be depressed. To conduct the study, the researchers interviewed more than 300 young people between the ages of 18 and 29. They asked how often the young people binge-watched TV and whether they experienced feelings of loneliness and depression on a regular basis. After reviewing the results of their survey, the researchers found a strong connection between depression and binge-watching that was similar to other harmful behaviors like binge eating or binge drinking. While the scientists aren't calling for any Netflix guidelines or restrictions, they warn that binge-watching is not the harmless addiction that many people claim. Perhaps we'll all think twice before that next TV show marathon. As many of us know, the term Luddite describes someone who is afraid of new technology. Specifically, it was originally used to describe someone who thought that a machine was going to take away their job. That's exactly why the Information Technology and Innovation Foundation decided to give Arizona, Texas, Michigan, and New Jersey this year's Luddite Awards. Those 4 states banned electric car maker Tesla from selling vehicles directly to customers to protect car dealerships that primarily sell gas-burning vehicles. Or that's what they're claiming, at least. In reality, the Republican governors in those 4 states want to protect the oil industry, and electric vehicles are one of their biggest threats. Making it harder for Tesla to sell cars has much more to do with oil company donations than it does with car dealership jobs. Robert Atkins, the president of the Information Technology and Innovation Foundation, said, "I saw this and I said, enough is enough. Let's call these people out. Let's shed light on the harm they're really doing." He added, "Hopefully the next time people vote in an election in New Jersey or Texas or these other places, they're going to vote a little differently." People in Boston are still shoveling out, but there are some ski resorts on the West Coast that would do anything or give anything for some of that snow. According to EcoWatch.com, California's drought isn't only causing big problems for farmers and ranchers, even the ski resorts are getting hit hard by the lack of precipitation. Several of the resorts haven't been able to open at all this year, and even the famed Tahoe ski resorts are drier than normal. Now, you may be wondering why you should worry about ski resorts, but for California, it means that the drought isn't ending anytime soon, because as it melts, snowpack in that state typically supplies about 30% of the summer water needs in the spring and early summer to California. So the fact that snowfall is far lower than normal means that there will be less water to go around in the months ahead as it melts. Even northern cities like Vancouver, Washington, and Juneau, Alaska are shutting down ski resorts until they get enough snow to open. And that means the areas that rely on that snow for their water will be feeling the drought next year, too. Yet another reason to join the fight against global warming. To save winter, we better fight fast. And finally, our nation's largest solar farm is officially online, and it's operating on public lands. Last week, the Desert Sunlight Solar Farm opened in California and started providing electricity to that power grid. That solar farm produces enough electricity to power 160,000 homes and it's estimated to displace 300,000 tons of carbon dioxide every year. Secretary of the Interior Sally Jewell was on site for the opening ceremony, and she commended that state for their efforts to go green. She said, "I applaud the project proponents for their vision and entrepreneurial spirit to build this solar project and commend Governor Brown for implementing policies that take action on climate change and help move our nation toward a renewable energy future." Desert Sunlight Solar Farm is the 6th project of its kind throughout our nation, and it's a great step toward ending our fossil fuel addiction. Using public lands for solar farms makes a heck of a lot more sense than leasing it out to oil and gas companies for destruction. These are the projects that will shape our future, and we should be fighting for solar farms in every state in our nation. And that's the way it is for the week of February 16th, 2015. I'm Thom Hartmann on Science and Green.